warm welcome back to the little planet. And by that I mean everyone who has landed here again today or for the first time. In the second episode, I briefly said something about the topic, what's meditation for me? And held out the prospect of letting other people have their say on this. And so now the time has come. I'm a little bit excited right now, on the one hand, because I'm doing my first interview here on this little planet. No, that's not quite correct, because we already did one on this topic in German a few days ago, and now decided at short notice to do it in English as well. But what makes me a little bit nervous is the fact that my interview partner and I are not doing this interview in our native language. So I would like to say in advance that we both do our best, but it could be that you have questions which we will answer later. Just write us if that should be the case, either via my website or of course via the YouTube comments. So then let's begin. My guest today is Martin Hermann. Hello, Martin.
Hi, Tanisha.
First of all, thank you for spontaneously agreeing to talk with me about this topic here.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We both know each other for over 30 years now. Imagine, have already done the one or other workshop together, and we exchange ourselves again and again just about the topic of meditation. Knowing you, it could be that you might prefer it if I briefly introduce you to the listeners. Am I right?
Of course.
I thought this. All right. So, you work here in Germany as an alternative therapist for Chinese medicine in your own practice.
Yeah, it's called therapist for Chinese medicine.
Oh, okay. Have studied in China, and you also did your PhD there.
Yes.
You're a certified NLP and hypnosis therapist. You meditate since I know you. And you're a musician. Primarily a guitarist. I think it's guitarist.
I think so.
Yes,
it's
that's
called
better.
Guitarist.
Guitarist
it's
in English?
Guitarist is a German term. Guitarist
Okay.
in English is more soft. Guitarist.
Guitarist.
I think so.
More soft, yes. Oh, that could be. But you're also a singer. You compose your songs and write your lyrics yourself. You could also be heard and seen in concerts and various musical projects. Oh yes, and I actually get to enjoy your musical expression every now and then. For example, you wrote the guitar intro and outro of My Little Planet. And I had the great pleasure of creating the closing song with you in the last episode. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you again. I really hope it wasn't the last song we did together.
Sure not.
That would be great. Now, my first question to you, actually, it's two. How do you reconcile all the different areas, and what does everything you do have to do with meditation?
Well, actually, I don't think that much about it. To be honest, I don't think about it anyway. It just happens. It's no matter of thoughts for me. It just happens through me, and really, I don't have to know why, and I don't ask why. it's just there and I act it out. And I think this is also fits for the second part of your question. So what does it have to do with meditation? It's just that, to acting out what shows up.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I knew us until I saw I was trying to breathe new life into memory. Our world ends every day, carries away our fear and expectation. We lose ourselves in the fantasy who we are and what we know. Fascinated by those we were back then. We come together like veterans. Imaginations are coming, stories are going. An ocean filled with dreams. Yes, we dream them all. Confuse it with life. And life is what we are. Maybe too sweet. Experience.
Okay. Is meditation an issue in your practice at all?
Oh yes, of course. Most of the people do not know. So, yes, I say of course, but maybe I have to be a little bit more exact.
Yeah.
So I'm so sorry. Of course, I'm not a native speaker, but maybe this is also an advantage.
Oh, it's perfect because I'm a native speaker. I'm not a native speaker too, and I think we try it here together.
But for
We
the
do our
listeners,
best.
maybe it's an advantage because I'm required to express myself clearly with
Oh,
fewer
yes.
words.
Okay.
And this is not bad for this issue we are talking about. So in my practice, it's barely that people come to me and say, "Can you teach me some meditation techniques?"
Mm-hmm.
This is really seldom, almost never the case. But most of the times, the question arises, okay, I have some problems with my health, with my body,
Mm-hmm.
and what can I do? And this is the point where I can answer on a superficial layer.
What they can do by their own?
Yeah,
Yes.
I can
Okay.
I can talk, and I talk often about and extensive. I talk about diet,
Mm-hmm.
what you should eat and what you should not eat.
Okay.
I talk a lot about this, but I would say this is the superficial layer of the question, the superficial layer of the answer to the question, what can I do? So, and I often like to go deeper. I would not go deeper if the question, if the patient
Wouldn't ask. Yes.
wouldn't ask,
Okay.
and if I would have the impression they are not interested,
Mm-hmm.
then I would not. But somehow, I don't know why, the people are very, very interested in knowing about what lies beyond the superficial layer. They are really interested. And if you call this meditative aspect, then I would agree. And then I would say it is often, most of the times, the case that people ask for meditation. Of course, the opener is not, can you tell me some meditation technique? No, this is barely, almost never. But under this, there is a deep interest of what lies beyond the normal recommendations of what should I eat and what should I not eat, and exercise I can do. And if the people are open, what most of the times is the case, the people are really. And in my practice, there a lot of people are coming through, so different people. Maybe taxi driver, maybe manager, maybe children, or a lot of old people are coming, and middle-aged people, and they all have the interest. Maybe they don't know it if they come to me, but if they ask the question, what can I do? And you can open this, maybe I call it space. You open this space, and and they can look into it. They are very interested. It's a moment of opening. So, yes, the question is very, very often. The question is not called, can you tell me something about meditation? No, it's called...
It's not necessary to ask this.
No.
It's,
but so
it happens.
Yeah, and
it
you
happens.
see, so if you ask about meditation, of course, normally there's the need to define the term. Because there are a lot of misunderstandings, in my opinion, about the term meditation.
This theme, yes.
It's like you talk about
love,
or you talk about God.
Yes.
So actually, if
happiness.
Happiness.
Yes.
So if you want to nail it, you find out you can't nail it. You can try to approach. With words, you can try to approach, but you can't nail it. So this must be clear if we talk about meditation. It must be clear that I really can't nail it exactly with words, because the meditation is regarding to the formlessness.
When I hear this, it's really my experience too in the courses.
Yeah.
Exactly the same. Oh, yes. Tell me more.
Yeah, and sometimes if it comes to this point, formlessness, sometimes the question arises, what do you mean by this?
Yes.
And some people say, I cannot understand.
They say, I don't understand you? Or what do you say? Yes.
Yes.
Is it this?
This is the first phase of the talk about meditation.
I understand. Okay.
This is the first phase. So they try to find the formlessness in their mind. And of course, this is not impossible. So they try to compare it to something they have in their mind,
yes,
like their own history or ideas of what they think about life. And they try to find it. If I say formlessness, they try to compare to something they know from their mind, but they don't find it. And then the question comes, what do you mean by this? I can understand this.
Yes, this so, I meant, yes.
Yeah, and this is, for me, important, because I don't have any interest in telling some philosophical issues.
Or being a teacher or something like that, yes?
No, of course not.
Yes.
And I really don't want to discuss with people. You can imagine people come to me and they get acupuncture and some herbs or whatsoever.
Whatever, yes.
And I do my treatment, and beyond this is a bit special in my treatment. Beyond this, I like to go further if the question is there. If not, no, then not.
It's okay, yes.
It's okay anyway. It's okay. But if the question is there, and most of the times it is there, I like to go further. But this is not to make entertainment, like in entertainment, and I say this and you say this and we can discuss about it. No, this is not. I like to give some input from my own experience, not from my ideas in my head
about something.
It's from my own experience. I like to share this. If I wouldn't find that this is not concern, or not regarding, or that this does not apply to the patient, I wouldn't do. I wouldn't do this. But my experience is that most of the patients are thirsty in this direction. Really thirsty. And I go further a little bit, and I would say this thirst has become more the last years. Here, this is my impression. Maybe I'm not right, but this is my expression.
That's interesting.
Yeah. But the question was, I cannot understand you sometimes. I cannot understand you. What do you mean by formlessness? At this point, I like to explain a bit more.
Oh yes, you have the time here to do this.
Yeah,
yes.
I also in the treatment, if this question arises, I like to explain a bit more, but not too much. Maybe to really make it
experience.
That you can experience, maybe. No, because your podcast is about meditation, so maybe I can lead through the process now.
That
right
would be
now.
Great. That would be very great, because yes, we have the time here to do this, and yes.
So I could, of course, I can talk
be
about this for hours.
Oh yes.
But maybe it would
but
be
I think a lot of people cannot hear for hours.
Yeah, maybe they don't like it.
Who knows?
Yeah, I can lead through this process as I do in my practice.
Oh, that would be great.
And then there's the possibility.
You mean here now? Yes?
No,
okay.
No, yes, of course.
Yes.
And then it's possible also for your listeners. To get a short glimpse of it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So,
I love this. Yes.
Then make yourself comfortable, but not too comfortable. Because otherwise, you can easily slip into a sleep-like state where you are not consciously aware of what is showing itself to you. So just sit on a chair with a straight but relaxed back. And even if there are always thoughts that demand your attention, you direct your attention to your body. The easiest way to do this is to bring your attention to your lower abdomen, where your breath comes in and out without having to do anything. And you can remember that no concentration is needed here. Concentration requires blocking out certain aspects of what is in the spectrum of your awareness at this moment. Instead of concentration, the attention is a simple looking to what is physically noticeable for you. And what is more obvious than your breathing, for which you don't have to do anything. Or your heartbeat, which has now perhaps even become a little calmer. Or even if there is some restlessness in you, or a physical tension which arises in your attention, there's no need to reject anything. Even if your everyday mind keeps pulling you in, it's quite sufficient to keep reminding yourself of the physical presence in this moment. So you can keep reminding yourself that your body can be a bridge through which you enter the space of perception. That space, a space of perception in which you don't know and you don't have to know. And for a moment, you can now let an image rise in you. An image of the space that surrounds you. For a moment, you can dive into this space that is now expanding more and more within you and around you. Maybe you can now perceive the image of the infinite space in which you emerge as an embodied being. And your body is like a vessel similar to a passageway, perhaps like a bamboo cane. And the vessel that you are has moving boundaries. And perhaps now you can see how the infinite space in which you emerge is attracted to the vessel that you are. It flows towards you and through you. This flow, which you can call life, takes you over completely. It surrounds you and flows through you. And with every breath you take, this perception can anchor itself a little more in you. And this flow gets a direction in you. It expresses itself in you as information, as qualities, as an individual I am. It becomes in you and through you from the I am to the I am the one I know by name. It becomes in you from the I am to the form known to me as I am this body. And because this flow, which we call life, it also shows itself in you as thought forms, life also communicates itself to you as thoughts. And the only thing you can do to distinguish message from the immediate stream of life within you from the conditioned thoughts of the everyday life is to be open, like maybe now, in this moment where you did nothing, where you didn't have to know anything. Where you were just there for life as it showed up in you now. And now, in this moment, is there anything that is missing?
I need a moment. I need a moment.
Of course.
Now. Oh, that's great. Before I thought I had to do a job here. I have to do an interview, and now I'm wonderful relaxed. I sat here with closed eyes. I was breathing and what's the English word for schlucken, slicking?
Swallow.
Swallow. Oh, it's a swallow. Oh, yes, and always I had to swallow, and I could feel my organs. They have been very relaxed and made sounds. I hope it's not on the interview too, but it's a good sign if this happens.
Yeah, in Chinese medicine we say the qi is moving.
Ah, okay.
So this is what's it about.
Moving.
Life expresses itself through you, and then it shows up. Signs appear.
Yes. I had these signs. I had these signs. And
signs can
appear.
It's not necessary that they appear. But
because it was so comfortable for me that I had these signs. A lot of. And yes, I will hear it perhaps later.
Yeah, I recommend this.
Okay. What do you tell people when they say to you something like, everyday life keeps catching up with me, I just can't get it done with meditation? If they want to do meditation.
Yeah. This is normally the case.
Because this is a question I often get.
Yeah, that's normal. It's a usual question. This brings us to the point of technique.
Yes.
What I
Yes, I could ask, do you recommend certain techniques to people who come to you?
Yeah. If you want to tell this, what I did just right now, if you want to tell it a technique, yes, I recommend techniques. But for me, it is not a technique.
What is it for you?
For me, it's to remember what I am. I don't have to imagine I'm a vessel. I am that. If I say in this little, we call it exercise. To simplify it, we call it exercise.
For me, it was a little voyage.
Yeah, voyage, exercise, or whatsoever. If I say, imagine the vast space you are in, this does not mean you have to create it.
I understand.
For me, this only means I remember to look in this direction where it already is. I do not have the aim to get there where I am not there just right now. This is very, very important, and this makes it really practical for people. Otherwise, there must be a need that everything is okay.
Fine.
I have no fine. Yes. I have no problems. But this is mostly not the case.
And it's not a goal I have to reach.
No,
something like this.
This is not a goal. And most of the times the people have their problems, body problems, mental problems. They have their problems. So it would be a bit annoying to tell. So you have to be relaxed. I really know that it is impossible in some situation to be relaxed. So what can be applied there? Yes, you can call it technique, but for me it's really simple. I remember what I am, and then you are on this, how you call it, voyage. Yeah, we can call it voyage to make it simple. I sense my body. This is the first step. I sense my body, maybe my feet on the ground, or maybe I sense my shoulders, are they stiff and tense, or maybe I sense my stomach, my breathing. And what happens then is not, wow, now I'm relaxed. No, I know this. This does not happen. But I remember my bodily existence. And then there's a openness. There's more openness to what I am beyond my story, beyond my problems, beyond that what I call, I have this problem, this disease I suffer from. This is beyond. This is really important and not a spiritual or philosophical item.
Or an idea.
This is,
Yes.
I would try to illustrate this with a Chinese medicine. There's a saying, an old saying. It means Butung Jitung.
Butung Jitung.
Butung Jitung, Tung Jibutung. And this actually means, I've tried to translate a little bit free. Analogously, this means if the flow in the vessel is not free, there is pain. Vice versa, the pain subsides if the vessel is free. So this is a very free translation, but I think it illustrates what this means. And here I would replace the word pain with suffering, because pain is, we cannot avoid pain. Pain is on the path of human beings. But
because
suffering,
we have a body,
but suffering appears, suffering is experienced if I am hypnotized by my condition, from my conditioned mind, who wants to suggest me, I am this story, I am this symptom. So, of course, it does not, you should not try to reject it.
Yes,
you should not try to reject your body symptoms and not to go to a therapist if you have to, not to take your medicine if you have to. This is not that what I mean. I mean is to go beyond it, and to go beyond it does not mean I have to create this beyond. I have to create this space. To go beyond means I am this, and in spite of my ideas and conditioned images, I have the possibility. This is my potential. This is the potential of every human being. Every human being has the potential.
Yes.
We can't avoid pain. It's impossible to avoid pain for human beings. But we can, if pain appears, pain now is a common term. I use it as a common term. It's not only body pain. It also mental. Maybe mental pain is maybe not correct, but I think you know what I mean.
Yes.
Pain is a common term for all things that appear in my life, and I say no. I say no. I just don't want this. I thought it would never happen to me like this. You know.
Or I think it shouldn't.
It shouldn't. Really. This is what I mean. It shouldn't. This is also the common term pain. And this you can't avoid. You can't avoid pain. But you can deal with suffering. And people always ask, why? How can I deal with sufferings? And what is the difference between pain and suffering? This is really important to distinguish. And it's you can make a lot of words around this issue, but it's really simple. And the simple answer is to experience in yourself what is the difference by the hypnosis of your conditioned mind thinking, the difference between that and what I sense in my body just right now, in this moment, and my mind tells me, oh, this is ridiculous, this is a big problem, you have really, really big problems. And what can I perceive, what can I sense in my body? But this is not to stay in this sense, in this perception of the body, because otherwise you would, your mind would circle around your body, your body situation,
Yes.
and this, after a short time, you will arrive again in the in the conditioned mind,
Yeah.
and he would say, it would say you, yeah, I told you, you have a problem. Now you see it, you feel it.
Yes.
Of course, you have stomach aching or like this, something like that. So it is not the aim is not feel your body and feel your breathing. This is only like a bridge. It works like a bridge. It works like a bridge.
Oh yes, I took this from you.
Yeah,
You
this
said
is
it
this is
some.
this is
Yes.
why I said in this little exercise, the point where you don't know, and there is no
Exactly.
need to know.
Yes, exactly.
Because the knowing of things does not lead you to anywhere where you feel better, to say it, to put it very simple. So the body is just the bridge, and you feel the body means, you sense the body means to walk over the bridge, to use this image, to walk over the bridge. And what is after the bridge? After the bridge, of course, the conditioned mind wants to know what is after the bridge.
Yes.
Will I feel really better? Then it's okay. It's worth the effort. Then I will try it.
That's
okay.
really important.
Yeah,
what you
I will
said.
try
Yes.
meditation, because at the end of the bridge I will feel better. So my aim is very clear, and even if it takes 20 years, I will try with this meditation. And if it does not work, I will try another workshop or like this. So to make this clear, this is not what I mean. I mean the body is just a bridge, and to sense your body is to walk over the bridge. And the more you walk over the bridge, the more you don't see what is behind the bridge. It is, you can imagine, just for the moment, you can imagine like fog. You know, fog. It's more and more and more unclear, but you don't listen to the fear in your mind, which says it's not clear what happens then. Maybe things get worse. Just stay in the images, just stay in your mind.
Yeah.
Then you know what you have. You are secure in your mind, but you sense your body. You walk further and further and further over the bridge. Maybe the conditioned mind, the hypnosis, gets stronger and pulls you in. Then you find yourself again at the beginning of the bridge. This is no problem, as long as you realize it. Then you sense your body again and deeper, and you walk along the bridge. And after the bridge, you walk again and again. After the bridge, it's more and more unclear until you, the person you know, disappears. You disappear in this fog. This is not necessary. This is not advisable. You know, this. I have to say clearly, to disappear in the fog of not knowing, there's no need to know. To disappear there does not mean that you have to reject your body.
Yeah.
And you don't have to reject your thoughts, your conditioned thoughts. You don't have to reject it. Maybe they pop up here and then, and no problem. If it tends to hypnotize you, then again, remember the bridge, your body. Sense your body is like walking over the bridge. And then maybe only for 1 second you disappear. And this is the question I always ask my patients in this moment. Is there anything that is missing?
Missing, yes.
And
like you did before, yes, I remember.
And the answer is usually no.
No.
Not just now. But of course, then yes, now there's nothing missing. But if I go
home,
by car
yes,
at
okay.
home, the problem is still there. And then
what's then?
Yeah, then Chinese people say Gong.
Gong. Oh, I
Gong.
know this.
You know Qigong,
Qigong.
or Gong Fu. And Gong means to cultivate. Gong means to cultivate, like a farmer cultivates the ground.
You mean regularly doing something?
Yeah, of course. To come to my practice and just experience this for one time is like eating one healthy meal and expecting the body is healthy forever. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So to experience this one time is to get a taste of it. To get a taste of it, a glimpse of it, if you like to,
yes.
like this way. And of course, the problem which is in your mind is really important. It's not like a foul play, unfair play from life. No, it is very, very important, and it's one part of the polarity in which we appear, like the Chinese people say, yin and yang.
Yin and yang.
So it is very important. Most of the people are astonished if I tell them, yes, problem will come again, and it is important. Why? Not that you should lose in it, and not to reject it. The problem is there to remember you. It's like a door opener.
That's a wonderful picture, yes.
It's like a door opener. It pushes against the door, and if you remember your body presence, if you remember and you go beyond this, then it's like you push the door opener, and the experience life in the purest form can step in you and can express through you, and you don't know how it looks like. You don't know what you will say your husband if you have struggled with him. You don't know what you will tell him. But if it comes from the point of the pure life which tells to you and expresses through your thoughts, then it uses your mouth, and you will say things you maybe
you never said before.
Yeah, maybe. So this is very important.
Something can appear through you.
Yeah, and this is important. Otherwise, it would not have to do anything with the everyday life. Just a melody, and no one will try to understand. No more explanations, no distance to cross. should you find the one who plays it, just listen to the melody, don't call it yours.
Yes, it's wow, I had the question, what role does the body play in meditation? It's you gave the answer. You already gave the answer.
Yeah, maybe in this to make it a bit more clearer, sometimes there is a misunderstanding about meditation is similar to relaxation.
Yes, perhaps you could tell something then too about not only what's about the body, perhaps too about what's have I to be free of thoughts if I meditate. This would be the
good question.
Other.
It's a good question.
Part.
This is belongs to the lot of misunderstandings about meditation as I see it, as I experience it. Of course, yes, it's a good question. As I connect to this point, for me, it is not useful to have the aim to be free of thoughts. It is not useful, simple, because it leads to maybe discipline. Discipline, and discipline leads to tension in your body.
Oh, yes.
You know, if you make this...
tell this again, because...
Discipline leads to tension in your body. So if you, to put it very simple, if you are connected to your body, so you have problems in your life, and you are in traffic jam, and you are nervous, and you are angry, so whatsoever, you have enough to do to remember your body, you know, to remember your body and to forschen. What means forschen?
To explore.
To explore, really.
Wow,
this is what I mean. To explore what is beyond this anger, what is beyond this, what I am thinking in my conditioned mind. So there's a lot you have to perceive. So why should you burden yourself with the idea, I should get rid of the ugly thoughts and angry thoughts. I know about meditation. I should be calm. Maybe I'll try some Om meditation. This would be a discipline which leads to tension, because this is not what the reality is. You experience the reality as thoughts arises in thoughts are arising in your mind, in your conditioned mind, and the traffic jam is like it is. So if you try to block it away, yes, you know, then you have two problems. You have the traffic jam, and then you have your conditioned mind, which says, no, you don't. You are not allowed to be angry about it.
Perhaps it's important to tell the listeners it's our experience, I think. Yes, really. It's
of course. All what I'm talking about is really my experience. It's not. I did not take this from books. I agree to this because it's my experience too. Really. Yes.
Over years now, really.
Yeah. Basically, you have not so much options if this arises. You have the option. We take anger as an example. If anger comes, you are angry about something or someone, then you have the possibility. First possibility you suppress it.
Yes.
You suppress it. This is really bad. I think we agree.
Oh, I'm an anger specialist.
Yeah.
it's one
then you
of my
know
themes,
if you ever try to suppress anger, you know how bad it is.
Yes.
And you know about the consequences. But if you are an anger guy, then you also know that
I'm an anger girl.
that the second option I act my anger out. So kind of, it feels good for me to be angry and really shout at other people, and I need it. And this is also meditation for me, to cry and to shout at other people. And this is also nice. And after this, I feel much better. Maybe you know this?
Oh, yes, I know this.
Okay.
This was one step on my journey. And I'm very, very happy that it's an old story and that could change.
Yeah, maybe this disappeared, but this cannot disappear through discipline. This is important. To discipline yourself, to suppress it, either suppress it or act it out, creates...
this could be dangerous.
It creates, to say it clearly, it creates suffering.
Oh, yes.
Suffering. And you can sense it. If you are really open to your body, you can sense it in your body immediately. And this is the point. As a musician, I know this very well, because the sound, as I know you are a mantra guy also. So then you know about the role of the sound in the body. So if you ever act out your anger, this sound is informing your body, and it changes your your biochemical situation in your body. And this is what the most people are not clear about. If they say, I have to act it out, and he was really treated me bad, so I treat him bad too. And they no, it feels good.
Yes, and not only my body reacts. The other, if I'm loud in my anger, yes, I'm really.
This is likely to create collective suffering.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
And everyone believes that he has the right to do this.
Yes.
Because this is awkward and annoying.
And normal.
So I have the right to do this, but I don't speak from a moral point of view. You know,
that's good that you tell this.
It's not like ethics or moral. No, it's only from the point of what can I perceive, what can I sense in my body. So if I am really open in my body, I'm so close to myself that I look for another solution. I made the experience to suppress anger or bad emotions, negative feelings like this. To suppress it is not advisable. To act it out for me is not advisable. So, what's the third option?
I know you such a long time. I know this. Yes.
Yeah. What's another option?
There
the third
you are very
option,
sensitive, and I love this because it reflects myself.
Yeah, of course. In this point, if you go for the third option, to be a mirror, of course, in the first place, you are a mirror for yourself.
Yeah.
So this needs an openness for your body. You have to sense your body. You have to sense anger. And tension, and you have to perceive thoughts coming up, arising in your mind, and you have to perceive the wish to act it out because they seem so real.
Yeah, and overwhelming.
They need to be acted out, otherwise it feels a bit like dying.
Yes.
And it feels dangerous if I don't act it out. It feels really dangerous. And if I don't act it out, I'm not protected.
Yes.
So the conditioned minds suggests you, I am the same like protection for you. And if you don't act me out, you will die. Maybe not the big death. It may be a little form of death. So
yes.
The third option is to sense and perceive this process in you. And then, nothing more. because what wants to disappear disappears then. What wants to be said is said then.
Yes.
And it can be a no to another person. It can be a no.
It can be a no.
Even though it comes from the pure form of life. Life expresses itself through you, through your thoughts. And maybe you say no to another person. Important in this point is you don't speak from the point of anger, you don't speak from the point of fear, you don't speak from the point of I need something. You speak from the point of the life itself.
Mm-hmm.
Life itself gives you the message.
Wonderful.
And the only thing that you have to do is to be open and let the exercise is important.
Mm-hmm.
If there is an openness, maybe you don't feel great in that moment, but you feel a little bit more wider.
Mm-hmm.
And not for half an hour, maybe only for 1 second, a little bit wider. And if you feel a little bit wider, life can flow through you more unhindered, easier.
Mm-hmm.
And then it is more likely that it can go to your mind and you recognize it as a letter from life itself. To put it in this way, as a letter from life itself. And the only thing you have to do is to read it.
And that leads us back. Can it be important to have a technique, I say technique, in your daily life?
Again, if you want to call this technique, then yes.
Let's call this technique.
Technique. Then again, it is important. I would like to replace technique for practice, for experience,
Oh, yes.
for remembering, for cultivation. In fact, this is a form from culture you live. This is a form of culture you can live.
Yeah.
This is rather for me more suitable because technique also is like makes a special feeling in me, like technique.
Yes, I know.
Technique.
I know
And
this
technique. Why not technique? Why I'm so precise in this? Technique also suggests you can do it right or not right.
Okay.
And then if
I
you have the idea of I'm not right, yesterday I did it better, today I did it not so, then you have again the aim in your mind which you have to reach. And this means also in the same moment, now I am not so good as I am. I have to go for something to reach something. But to put it clear, you are that. This is the core message of the little exercise. The core message is you are this. And the only thing you have to do and the only thing you could do is to look to this, what you already are.
Yes. I think it's now a good moment for my last question to you. Because, we talked about sound in my organs, and sound, what angers can make, what anger can make in the body, and so, and my last question for today is, do you find meditation in music as well?
Because I'm not looking for meditation. I
Yes.
cannot find it in music. But the question is,
You know,
is a good
yes.
question. Is a really good question. I can say it finds me through music.
Music.
It finds me. Otherwise, if I would try to find it in there, maybe I would have quitted it. You know? Because it's too much discipline. It would cause a lot of tension in me. So I would have quitted it. I think so.
Yes.
So this meditation, like a music, it finds me. Music finds me. And then it's a really nice question, because we can say music and meditation is two words for the same. Yes. For me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay. Let's that be enough for today.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah.
I forgot to mention that the music we've heard is from your upcoming album, Goodbye Solid World. And before we hear now the last song with the matching title, Don't Spoil the Taste of Melancholy,
Yes.
I want to thank you for our conversation here, for all your answers, Martin. Honestly, when I thought about asking you if you could say something about meditation here on my little planet, I first thought that I would have to work on you a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so. It's a little bit risky to ask some these questions. The answer can be very, very short and cryptic,
Yeah.
or it can be very, very long.
Yes, but I thought that I have to work on you because you're not the person who always speaks a lot. So
This is what you mean. Okay.
yes, this in this direction. Yeah, I thought, and but then I really was completely surprised. You completely surprised me with your spontaneous answer. Yes, why not? Oh, I like to do. You see, now we know each other for such a long time, and still I'm surprised by you, and that I find really beautiful. And thanks again, and who knows, maybe this was not our last conversation here on the little planet.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The morning came soon. You entered my dream unexpectedly. your face seems so real. I wanna know who you are, but you said that I only can see with empty eyes. Spoil the taste of melancholy. The beating of the pulse mirrors the fine cheer. You are what you're looking for. There's no belief, no fear, no wisdom, and no religion that is bigger than you. Fading away. I tried to hold what I saw, but it vanished. You said, don't touch me, don't touch me with your thoughts.
Yes, this was probably the longest episode of my podcast so far. The topic itself, it just needs this space and this time on the clock. Maybe you can listen to this interview in stages. In any case, I'm glad you were here and visited the little planet. Well, and the next time we meet again, if you want, it will be September. And that will be Friday, September 10th. Until then, I wish you all the best and say goodbye for today.